Arg, how are ye this morning, time pirates? I am back. Pretty much recovered from this weekend and Memorial Day. Had interview last night with The Godspell by Todd Fonestock, and it was awesome. Very much looking forward to book 3. Here is it. Threads of Amarian. It's book 3 in the Threadweaver series, and we are super excited about it. So cannot wait to read that, but I have to wait to read it because Todd warned us that it is a cliffhanger, which means I'm going to want to for sure dive right into book 4. So I'm going to wait till the end of the month to read it. Hello, Alicia. How are you today?
I'm awake.
Yay, awake counts. Awake counts. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alicia. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I asked my kids, I was like, what's today? And they go, Wednesday. Wow, really? So none of them remembered. They have already, like, in their mind, celebrated my birthday.
I mean, it has been all week, so
This is true. I didn't even get a happy birthday from my husband this morning.
okay, now that one's rude.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, my
He
poor
even said
husband.
he had a card. Where is this magical card? I want it in my hand.
We always do because my son's birthday is the day before my husband's. So
Mm-hmm.
sadly my son always gets more celebration than my husband does. But we keep going, and then it was Memorial Day weekend. We had Comic Palooza, so we couldn't even celebrate that weekend, right? Because his birthday
Oh
was last week.
gosh.
So I'm like, we need to like do a weekend because we keep like going downtown and doing fun things. We did for like Henry's birthday, Tammy's birthday. We went to see Phil, and then my birthday we went downtown and spent. So it's like we need to like just go downtown and have a good time for your birthday. It doesn't have to be on your birthday. We can just celebrate it later because it was
Yeah.
too hard to do it on the day. You know what I mean, or right around the day. So
I get to pick dinner tonight. So,
ooh,
because that's one of the things that we've started is whoever's birthday it is, they get to pick dinner. So it doesn't matter if I have to cook it or we just go out and eat. It's I pick or they pick whoever's birthday.
yeah, we did that for a long time. Well, that's why Sunday on the way home from the con, I was like, let's go get wings. Um,
Ooh.
but yeah, so I mean, he got boots. It's not like he didn't get a present, right? But you know, we're at the age where it's like one expensive thing, right? So he got boots, um, and he hasn't had boots for years, so he's very happy.
I
He's
did already finish my milk chocolate and frozen strawberries. So now we're on strawberries and cream.
ooh,
Trying to not show the They're not bad. I think I like the ones with chocolate better.
nice, 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 nice. It's very cool. Yeah, back to normal. I actually got up to run this morning, and it was raining,
Oh
so I was like, well, sorry, I tried. Not my fault. It's beyond my control.
no. Yep.
So poor puppy dog didn't get a WA okay today. I don't even know where she is right now.
Uh-oh. She's
We'll see if it clears up and I can walk her maybe after sprints. You know, you just don't know around here.
this is true.
Luckily, she's not afraid of the rain. The last 2 dogs I had did not like the rain. They would not go outside and go potty in the rain. She's like, whatever.
She's like, let's go, man. Let's go.
Uh, you know what? She might be outside playing in the mud. Come to think of it.
And you know who else's birthday it is today? Susan's birthday. So if she's in the chat,
Oh, happy birthday, Susan!
because her and I share a birthday.
That's right. I forgot. I think y'all said that yesterday. I forgot. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Did you get a special breakfast?
I didn't know.
Well, yeah, you haven't eaten breakfast yet. We haven't gone on our first sprint.
Nope. It's probably gonna be a cinnamon raisin egg, not egg,
Oh, good,
cinnamon
because that
raisin
sounded
English
really gross.
muffin. Yeah, cinnamon raisin English muffin, some fruit.
At the my friend, because I'm like the I make bread friend, and so she gave me this as a hint.
Mm.
She's like hint hint, so it's a whole, it's got all recipe. Whole
The
bunch of
best of
different
wheat.
recipes. She's like,
Ooh.
hi Kelly, hint hint.
Could you make page such and such?
So I guess I have more bread to make. Oh, it's
There
a
you go.
round loaf of challah. That's nice. Look at that.
Mm.
So I guess you braid it and then fold it in upon itself. That's cute. I can
Meow.
make that. But yeah, so that's fun. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Zwank says, Bonjour, everybody. Happy World
Bonjour.
Otter Day. Happy
Ooh.
Nothing to Fear Day. And happy Flip Flop Day. Well, I can do that. I live in Texas. Flip Flop Day is
I could do that one too. Yep.
9 months of the year.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, come on, y'all. You need to post more pictures. I want to see pictures in the Discord.
You don't want to see flip flop feet. I'll show you my flip flops.
You're gonna see my flip flop feed. Let's see. And Swank says it's also Old Time Player Piano Day. I include it because I worked at Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor. That is so cool.
Ooh.
I love that. Love it, love it, love it.
I don't have an old time piano though.
I do not. That would be really cool. And I don't know a place around here that does. I know a place in Huntsville that does. Cute little bar. But not here. Not Huntsville. No, yeah, Huntsville. Nope, not Huntsville. Dang it. I can't remember right now. It has left my brain. Oh, isn't that funny how things just leave your brain? Now, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to look it up because it's going to drive me crazy. Hold
What are you looking at?
on. Where the bar is. Why can't I remember the
Oh.
town? Navasota. Navasota. Okay, that was frustrating. Sorry. Like the word didn't exist in my brain anymore. And no, I cannot abide.
Mm.
And Susan says, Zwank, bon matin. And Zwank says, ciao, Susan. And what did you say? Is that good morning? Susan says, yes, it is. It's morning rather than day in French. And Susan says, they're
Oh.
both fine, but matin is time specific. Zwank says, thanks. And Jen's here. Hey, Jen, we heard it was your birthday yesterday. I hope you had, right, yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, I hope you had an amazing birthday. Did you have cake? Cake's important for birthdays. Well, I'll do
I
that.
had
I'll make
cheesecake.
chocolate cake. Yeah, cheesecake, yummy, yummy. Yeah, I mean, Zepho likes a chocolate pound cake, and I found a good recipe. It was pretty good. I just didn't mix it thoroughly enough. You know, cakes you have to you want to mix them all the
Mm-hmm.
way, but you don't want to mix them so much that they become tough, right? So it's always a balance. And that recipe, I'd only made it that one time, so I need to make it again so I can get it right. And Jen says, good morning and happy birthday, Alicia. Leaving to take my son to school, but back to work today and trying to catch up. Happy Wednesday. And happy Wednesday to you, Jen. Yes, I was trying to catch up too, and I'm not caught up with work, but at least I am recovered from the con. So I think I should be good. And I just took my meds, so I should be able to push my way through today. And Molly says, nothing to fear, my arse. We had a thunderstorm today that shook my house every time it thundered. Yeah, poor
Oy.
Jenna. She went to San Antonio because she has orientation for the college she's transferring to. That's today.
Mm-hmm.
And she has to attend, even though she's attending as a junior.
Right.
She still has to do the orientation. And so she went out to do that today because she's in between. She finished her semester and she's not at her externship at the hospital yet, right?
Mhm.
For her farm tech. So she has this week. So she went out there to go do the orientation. But she's in her house alone. I mean, she has Benny, but she's alone. And then she tried to set up his kennel and she got her hands caught in the cage. And then when she got there last night, she had a nest of, I think they're swallows, but I don't know for sure. But they're ones that they do the mud nest on the house. And she's like, what is that? And
Oh yeah.
and Jacob sprayed it with wasp spray. I'm like, that is not a wasp nest. That is a bird nest.
Oh.
So we looked it up and the wasp spray didn't hurt the birds. I'm like, okay, cool. But
It's gonna make
so I'm
him
like,
smell funky.
right. So they were like, you know what do we do about it? I said, if I was you, I would leave it until the eggs hatch and the birds leave, then
Mhm.
take it down. because it will hurt your house, right? So you do
Yep.
not want to leave it there. It will definitely damage it. But I mean, they're birds, and it's not their fault. We took up their habitat, and they're trying to raise their babies. So,
Yep.
in my opinion, I would let them raise the babies and then take the nest down. And then, like, you can put up boxes somewhere else. So hopefully next year they put it somewhere else.
Yep.
Um, and the but she got there, and the birds were out of the nest. The babies, they were dead on the patio. No idea what happened. And so she had those two things happen. She's like, I have no idea what happened. And then a huge storm went through. And so she was like in her laundry room with the dog because it was a tornado warning. I was like, are you having a great time being an adult, sweetie? Isn't it fun? And my poor baby girl she's not exactly an alone kind of girl, right? Which just
Right.
shows you how brave she is that she's doing any of this at all. Um, but yeah, so she was like, I'm not. So she kept calling me and her father. Talking,
What do
calling
I
Jacob and
do?
calling. She just wanted
Mm.
to hear someone's voice while she was in her laundry room alone, and I don't blame her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then so I pulled up the weather map. She was watching Ryan Hall, y'all, and I was watching the weather map, and I was like, "No, you're okay. Yeah, it's bad right now, but it's going right past you. You're good to go." Because there was a tornado warning, but it was radar indicated. And I wish they wouldn't give a warning for radar indicated because most of the time, radar indicated, there's no tornado.
Right.
Um, so it drives me crazy. So what happens is people just start to ignore it, like I do. I ignore it. So unless a human cited it, I'm not listening. Um, but yeah, yep. And she found a scorpion in Benny's bed, so she had to get it.
Oh my goodness.
They have
Trials
scorpions in
and
San Antonio.
tribulations she's
Yeah, my
having.
poor baby girl. That was all just yesterday and what Monday night because she went out Monday night. Yeah, yep, my poor baby. So yes, Molly, I understand, and I'm so sorry. And Susan says good morning and happy birthday to Alicia.
Thank you.
And Molly says happy birthday, Alicia. I
Thank
sang, I
you.
sang. And Spank says happy birthday, Alicia. And she gives you birthday cake and everything. See, cake's
Thank
important.
you.
And Spank says konnichiwa, Molly and Jen. Dharma says good morning, happy birthday, Alicia.
Thank you.
And Kiana says good morning, Kiana. Good to see you. And Spank says guten tag, Dharma. Kiana says hey, birthday girl.
Hello.
And oops. Go back, go back. There we are. And Zwank says aloha ki. And Dharma says guten tag Zwank. I don't think I read that one. No, I didn't. There you go. And Susan says my birthday gift is that I don't make the plans. I don't have to make any decisions, which is a real gift. Oh, I can understand that. There was a time in my life when I would have done that too.
Mm-hmm.
Usually my birthday gift is just, either going to the zoo or just if you leave me alone for a day, that'd be great.
I do have a birthday book haul
Ooh,
from
all
the
right,
books
we'll
I
do
bought
that first break.
yesterday.
We'll do that our traditional first break book haul. I like it. Which one of those books that you got is also in Kindle Unlimited, so we can add that to our shared list. I'll say it when you do the haul. Well, actually, two of them are in Kindle Unlimited, but one of them.
I saw you added it almost immediately, and I was like, "Yep, we're gonna probably read that together."
That's the one. It's in Kindle Unlimited, so I'm like, woohoo! We can add that to our list. And Kiana says, hey, Swank, Dharma, Kelly, Alicia, Molly, Jen, and Susan. Susan says, thank you. And Dharma says, happy birthday, Susan. Swank says, happy birthday, Susan. Susan says, alas, hubby is out of town and not coming in till later this afternoon, which gives me time to finish cleaning before he gets back. That's not a very good birthday gift.
I would not be cleaning. There's no cleaning for me today.
Molly says, happy birthday, Susan. Kenna says, happy birthday to Susan. And Angie's here. Good morning, Angie here. I am working as per usual and listening to a book I just heard about on Atia's channel. Hear Ye Mortals. Ooh, that sounds fun. Zwing says, happy birthday, Jen. And hoy, Angie. Angie says, I'm going to spend sprints plowing through some enrollments. It's open enrollment for schools. Busy time. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And she says, hi, Zwink. Allie says, happy birthday, Alicia. Hello, Allie. Good
Thank
morning.
you.
And she says, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alicia and Susan. Happy birthday to you. And Kiana says, today is my baby's celebration for graduating from the adult transition program.
Ooh.
Yay! Oh, the tears are coming. I'm sorry. Oh, does she understand now about transferring to the new facility? Does she understand? And yeah, someone asked me at the Memorial Day because we saw, family we hadn't seen in a while, and she asked if
Mhm.
she said, I saw her both kids are buying a house, and I said, yeah, I'm thrilled, I'm so happy, and I'm so sad too. And she goes, yeah, it's both, right? Because she's older, she's in her 80s, she's already done this, right? And she's
Mm.
like, yeah, it's both. I remember, I remember, it's both, and that's exactly what I'm going through. It is both. It's funny how you can hold such different emotions at the same time about the same thing. It's really
Mhm.
weird. It's a really weird, very human thing. Um, and Zwing says it's going to rain all day here. Luckily, I don't have to worry about flooding where I am. Yeah, we don't. I mean, our streets flood and then they drain, so it's not a huge deal. So we shall see. The way it looks out there, it looks like rain all day too. My poor puppy. I don't know what to do with her. And Zwank says, Prevent Allie, I've started the let them theory. Oh, look at that, Allie. You started a trend. Allie says, hello, everyone. Reading book 8 of the Anne of Green Gables series and Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. Ooh, I like that. A little escapism, a little practicality. Susan says, with my ADHD,
Mhm.
I've been feeling twitchy because things are getting chaotic in a way that's not comfortable. So cleaning is actually going to make me feel better. I get that.
That's true. Yeah.
That I understand. Because I'm not a clean every day kind of girl. But then when it's like really dirty and I can't take it anymore, like, and by dirty I mean like cluttered, or the floor
My
really needs
entire
to be
house.
shampooed, or well, yours is just cluttered right now. It's not the same thing. And so when things like, when it gets that way, or there's so much dust on the dang thing, like, it's like I need a damp cloth to wipe it off. You can't just do a little feather duster. Yeah, I know that's dirty, but look, man, I'm ADHD. Dusting all the
I
time,
mean,
that's not
some of
happening.
my house is that
So,
way.
see.
Some
Or
of
the
my house is
windows.
that way.
Like all the
Yep.
dogs running in the mud and jumping up on our doors, the windows are all muddy on the outside. They need to be cleaned, things like that.
Mhm.
And so yes, it gets to a point. I had one friend that say that she likes to clean every day so that it's not a big job. And I told her, but cleaning every day is so boring. But taking a dirty room and then making it spotless, that's like a whole project, and I'm great at projects. So it's a
Yep.
completely different thing. So yeah, that I understand, Susan. So by the time it's like, okay, this is a project now. This I'm not just cleaning. I'm like, making this room a different room practically. Then I can
Mhm.
do it. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's ridiculous, but it's true. Ali says, prevent swank. Hope it helps you. Annette says, hello, hello. Happy birthday, Alicia. And happy birthday, Susan, too. Why,
Thank
hello,
you.
Annette. We haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? Angie says, happy birthday, Susan. I must have come in after that was mentioned. And Ellie says, happy birthday, Susan. And Zoink says, congrats, Key. And Candace says, no, she's still talking about Saturday, the mall. She still wants to go to the mall. I love her, and I've never even met her. Um, it will become obvious after a bit, I'm sure. Zweig says, Ni hao, Annette. And Susan totally understand. Yes. Yep.
Mhm.
Susan says, my bedroom is getting taken over by piles of things, so it's going to feel so good to clear it up. Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I cannot wait for my library in my house to be put back together. There's piles and pathways everywhere.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. And it's fun because the kids moving out, I have lots of projects now, but not a lot of money. So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to make lists. I mean, I'm trying.
Are
My
you
husband
just
at
say,
the
did you add
grocery
more?
no, no, at the grocery store, he pulled out money to buy a lottery ticket, so he has change, right? I was like, ah. He's like, you can't have it. I'm like, I'll find it.
He's gonna end up getting like one of those old style like Barbasol cans. It's actually like a little safe you can put things in. He's
I'll
gonna have to
still
hide that.
find it. I laughed. Jenna's laughing, and I was like, "Hey, man, it's for the house." Because Kevin, it's funny for him too, right? It's not like, first of all, I'm not
Right.
sneaking anything, right? I'm telling him right out, and I could just pull out money all I wanted and put it in there, right? So it's just a fun thing to actually, because he wants to fix the house too. This is not just my desire, you know what I mean? So it's
Right.
it's a it's a mutual thing. It's just funny. Um, and
Mwah.
he also likes to have cash, which I get, right? So I'm like, stole it. Aha, sorry, you gotta pull out more.
Guess you're gonna have to go find more.
Sorry. We're this much closer to fixing that leak in the bathroom.
Yep.
Turning the water off is not the solution. It's a temporary fix.
Yep.
Um, let's see. And Kiana says it's definitely harder for me than her. Yeah. Yeah, but we're scared for our kids, right? You know, and if they're not scared, then we did our job, right? So it's okay. It's okay. And Annette, been good, just hit a busy spell in work, but I'm off today. Ireland is having a heat wave, and I'm sitting in the garden with my book and a cold drink. Yeah, I
Ooh.
heard it was getting pretty gosh doggone hot over there. Um, enjoy it while you can, because if the jet stream dies in the Atlantic, which it might, they don't know for sure, but it might. And if it does, it's going to get really effing cold. It's going to be cold. Britain is going to be cold. So, Britain and Ireland are going to be cold.
Can I have some
Iceland
of
will
that
actually
coolness?
be all ice. I'm sorry?
Oh, I was like, can I have some of that coolness over here?
Yeah.
I don't
No,
need
it'll
it to be
just
freezing cold. I just need it just cooler than it is now.
no, it'll be hotter down here. So it's one of the yeah, because the jet stream, when if the temperatures change, it's not the water won't move the way it's supposed to. So we'll see. They don't know for sure. It's just one of the projections, right? So it's educated guessing. It's not fact, if that makes sense.
Well, and not only that too, like June 1st, I know at least for us is the start of hurricane season.
Mm. I got yeah, we're start of start of hurricane season. Oh, we need to get water. We like never do bottled water anymore. I'm like, why are we spending money on this? This makes no sense. And then all this plastic, it makes no fucking sense. But we do buy it every year just to have it for hurricane season, just in case.
Yep.
So then we'll drink those when hurricane season passes, and after that, no more bottled water, right? So we
We
make sure to have
also
that.
do we have two 10-gallon like Gatorade jugs, like the ones they use at the sporting events. We have that and we'll fill those with water just in case we need to like flush the toilets or
Oh, that's why we fill the bathtubs. So we fill all the bathtubs because that's the water we use to flush the toilets.
we also have a pool outside, so
Oh
it's
yeah, that would work for flushing the toilets. Great. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
yep. It's salt water, but it'll work.
Oh, I have no idea what that would do to the pipes. I would assume nothing, but I don't know. I
I
don't
mean, it
know.
can't be harsher than the iron that was in our water.
Yeah, but the iron's being cleaned out, right? So who knows?
Now
I
it
have no
is,
idea.
yep.
Um,
Everything is all slippery when I wash my hands.
right? You're like, oh, this is what
I'm like,
non-mineral
what
Lucas
is
water feels like.
this? Ugh. I'm like, oh yeah, no more like harsh iron.
I remember that too when you're trying to get the soap out of your hair. I'm like, I can't even tell if it's
Yep,
out or not. Like, I didn't know. Am I clean?
it
I
must
don't
be
know.
doing its
Do I
job.
stink? That's all I can tell. Do I stink? I don't stink. Okay, it must be fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Bailey joined us. Good morning, Bailey. Just in
Good
time.
morning.
And Zwank says, Slanta, net. And Bailey says, I finished the audiobook of The Historian and then realized it was abridged. Oh, I was going to say, you finished that fast? Okay, that
Yeah.
explains it. Bailey says, I'll come back to it, but I'm still too miffed to read the unabridged immediately. Yeah, right? I would be too. So you're like,
Fair.
wait, what parts were left out? I don't want to repeat the stuff I just read. Liked it
Yeah.
a lot. If you read Dracula by Bram Stoker, you'll appreciate it more, but it's not a requirement. I have read Dracula. I've actually read it a couple times. So I guess
I have not.
Historian should go higher up on my list because I know it's already on my TBR. Bailey says, very well researched, and I started yelling about 80% in. That's so funny. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it is on my, because I remember looking at that going, I need to read that.
If
Oh,
I
it
could,
is not. I have a different Elizabeth Kostova one on there. Interesting. Well, I will add it on now. I know I had something on here.
I don't know.
So is it a Dracula retelling? I must have had this book confused with another one.
I don't know.
Because if it is, that's cool. Because I have this project that I've been doing. Well, that I want to do. It hasn't happened yet, though. Molly says, "Oh, but we're going to win,
Ow.
Bailey. You're going to win? Are y'all doing a competitive readathon?"
Yes.
And Swank says, "Gara, Bailey. Excellent. All
I have
right.
the hiccups.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
they
and
hurt.
Molly, we were talking about Hirkid yesterday, so I'm still into doing the moderated version. So we will wait and see. It comes out on the 29th for her Ko-fi, and I will pay for Ko-fi so I can see it early. And I can see whether I'm interested in doing it as is or if I would want to modify it. And I know I put the Hirkid support group up, so we can always put, if we decide to modify it, you and I could talk and decide what we want to modify. Because I would modify things like, on the Read the Rainbow, for the LGBTQIA plus, is that it just has to be any kind of representative, not specific, because it's the specific that actually kills it for me, right? So I would have had that finished months ago. So that kind of thing, that's the kind of modification I'm looking at, right? So any kind of representative, any kind of LGBTQIA plus, doesn't matter what it is, things like that. Because also, instead of reading the books I already have, which is always my priority, I have to go find books, right?
She's doing the hardest readathon ever. Makes me want to create the easiest one ever.
Well, the easiest is don't read. I mean, it was
No.
So let me know if you're still into that, Molly, because that I'm definitely would like to do. And Bailey says it's the author's family history blended with Dracula lore. I can't really explain more without giving away too much. Sounds good. It is fiction though, right? It says hysterical fiction. That's funny. It's my husband. You have those historical markers on the side of the road. My husband always calls them hysterical markers. So now I've got that in my brain. Molly says, sounds great. Yes, I agree on that prompt. So yeah, we can discuss. Okay, cool. Swank says, cool. And Molly says, do it, Alicia. There you go. See, somebody wants the easiest readathon ever.
I mean, I just have to create the prompts and ta-da.
Read a book with color on the cover.
Right?
Read a book that starts with a letter. I mean, if you wanted the easiest challenge ever.
Read a book with X amount of pages.
Yes, exactly.
And just insert number for X.
I kind of like this idea, Alicia.
I gotta the easiest reading challenge you will ever do.
Right.
I'll have to call it something else because she'll be like, "No, that's a knockoff of mine. You can't do it."
No, it's not trademark. You can do it, and also you could do like the read a book. Read a book you haven't read before. Do you see what I mean?
Right. Read a Nancy Drew.
No, see, that's too specific. That makes it not easy.
I didn't say which one. There's so many.
No, if you want it easy, it has to be and it has to. The funniest part is we're making it easiest, right? So it has to take the prompts we see over and over again and make them silly. So that would be like
it could be the easiest,
read a book that starts with a letter. So basically, you complete it by reading whatever the F you're reading. Do you see what I mean? What did you say, Zafo? Yeah, read a book that has 2 chapters. At least 2 chapters.
I was like, wait a minute, there's a book that only has 2 chapters? Oh, at least 2 chapters. I got you.
Yeah,
I should start writing this down.
Right? I think that would actually be funny.
I'm going to start typing it up.
Yeah,
just put prompts in the comments.
Allie says, funny but not funny. Yesterday, when my boyfriend asked what I was reading on my phone and said Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and he said, better you than me, he felt he didn't need it. Oh no. When he spends worse than I do, his check is gone like 2 to 3 days after it hits his bank account.
That means he's not ready to make change. He hasn't had his I'm sick and tired moment.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you are ready and he's not, don't
Just-
put your money together.
Yeah. That's
Don't-
also a red flag, Dave Ramsey says.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a huge red flag. Don't do that. Don't do it yet.
Yep.
So protect yourself. And Molly says, hysterical. Do it, Alicia. Kiana's like, read one page. Molly says, yeah, it'd be Eryed. Easiest reading challenge you'll ever do. You need the C in there. Eryed. It'd be Eryed. Presented by Books and Things with Alicia.
There you go.
Swing says, easiest, read a book. Yeah, exactly. Read a book. Read a book with the in the title. Yeah, that would be easy too. Because the hard one is read one without an article, right? So read one with the in it. Molly says, I'll do graphics if you want. I mean, that would be really fun. Read a book written by a human being. Yes, Annette, yes. And that becomes important soon too. Exactly. Read a book written by a human being. Right, these are the things. I hope you're writing these down because these are genius. We need to.
I'm going to go back in the comments and like type it up.
Yeah, that one. Well, we said a lot of them too, like read a book with a color on the cover. Any color, just a color. Yeah, Kiana, read a book with words on the cover. That's right. So it doesn't even start with the letter, right? Words on the cover. Susan says, yeah, that's a red flag. It's not insurmountable, but it's something that can grow into a problem if you don't make smart moves now. Yeah, exactly. And Molly says, I forgot the C. Yes, you have the C in there, and then we're good, right? So it'd be Eryed. Easiest reading challenge you'll ever do. And it says, also, you can use a book for as many prompts as it fits. Yes, exactly, right? Use it for all of them. I don't care. And the way we're writing this, it might work for all of them. And Bailey says, suggestion. That's not specifically about money, but it's about making lasting change. It's called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. Completely transformed how my husband and I approach everything. Ooh, that's a good idea, Bailey. Because the money thing is, we've heard before, Allie, other things you've said about him and like him not wanting to address any of the issues he has. It's going, there's more things than just money going on, right? So, yeah, that might be good too. And Allie says, so true. Awesome. All right. Now that all I'm going to think about is the easiest reading challenge and all the fun things that you could do. All these challenges are things like finish a series, blah, blah. You'd be like, start a series.
Right? Start a series.
Just read book one, dang it. Yeah, it'd just be fun. So you need 25, right? You need bingo board. So just the easiest darn things in the world. But yeah, the rules are have fun. But it actually goes along with your brand because this is for people who, again, cannot read a bazillion books a month. I read a bazillion books a month, and I'm probably not going to finish Here Kid, right? So this is really the easiest challenge. It's just for you. Do you read 3 books a year? Come on, just like the 100 pages where it's like, hey, do you read slower but you really want to get some stuff done? Come read with us. We're only doing 100 pages a week, right? So it actually really, really goes with the brand. Considering how busy you are with your kids and all that kind of stuff, that totally works.
This could be a year-long readathon.
Yeah, I would make it. That's what I would do. I would do it a year-long readathon. Now, some of us will get it done in 2 days, but again, this is for us. Do you see what I mean? So, I mean, we're going to play anyways because it's fun.
Or we can make it seasonal too.
Ooh, Swank says, read something printed on paper. Zafe was like, forget it, I'm out. He only reads ebooks.
Oh, come on.
Hey, the book has to be printed on paper. It doesn't have to be that your version that you're reading is printed on paper. That's right.
That is true. You can interpret this however you want.
That's right. Freedom. You have freedom.
There's no ask questions. Can this be used as? No, you just figure it out.
We should have read a library book though, so people can go to the library, or you can borrow it from Libby. So even people who don't have a library close, they have access to Libby. Molly says, since it's an easy challenge, it could be 3x3 or 4x4 bingo as well. It could be. You're right. But if we say you can use one book for as many prompts as you want, I mean, 20, it's still a full blackout bingo board.
You're
It's
gonna
not going to
be
be there.
done, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Susan says, how about something that has a paper edition? Yeah, exactly, Susan. Exactly.
One that has a paper edition.
And Annette says something doesn't say book. A menu counts. Oh, read something that isn't a book. I gotcha.
Like a menu. Yeah.
Yeah, like a menu, back of the cereal box, directions. You could say if you read all the description to this video that I'm writing down, look, you've already done this one. That's a great idea. I love it. Susan says, well, if I read it on a paper white, it's still paper. Look at that.
Ooh.
He uses his iPad though, so I mean, Molly says true. Bailey says fanfic. No, fanfic's hard. I don't want to read any fanfic. Vanessa says hi. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Morning Pirates. We're currently creating the easiest reading challenge you'll ever do. So things like book has words on cover, book has a color on the cover, book was written by a human being, things like that, like the very simplest prompts in the world for re-range. Kiana, read something written in the last 200 years. Yes, I like that. That's a good one too, because usually there's a year thing, right? So yeah, last 200 years. I like that. And Molly says hi to Vanessa. And Agent T says, read a book over 900 pages that you haven't used for any other prompt. No, it's supposed to be easy, Agent T. No, you're missing the message here. It's not. No. Allie says, hello, Vanessa. Vanessa says, hello. Hi, Molly. Hi, Allie. And Kiana says, hey, Vanessa. Hey, Allie. Vanessa says, hey, Key. Bailey says, book is about a noun. It's about a noun. Vanessa, read a book with a cover. Yeah, see?
Right?
Things like that. We want really easy ones. And hard mode, you know, all these challenges have easy mode and hard mode, except here, because it is the hardest, right? So we have easy mode and hard mode. I would make the hard mode would be like do it twice. Because again, you can use one book for as many prompts as you want.
Right.
Annette says, just read a book you want to read. Yeah, exactly. That's what we have. Like, read a book you haven't read before. So we should probably do a reread, which means you'd have to at least read 2 books. At least 2.
I mean, we have 18 prompts so far.
See?
I even added in a read a paperback.
Agent T, get someone else to read your books. Maybe like I don't know, it could be like read a book club book or a buddy read or anything where you're reading a book with someone else. And Vanessa says, ooh, I'm caught up on 6 of Crows. Yay, me too. So I caught up yesterday too, and I'm very excited to read the next one. I gotta know what's happening. That was like a really bad place to stop. I can see why Lindsay was like, forget it, I'm finishing it. It was a very bad place. I'm like, I have to stop now?
We're like in the middle, the midst of things.
Yeah. I'm like, and in my brain, because I know it's a duology, right? So I'm like, how is this gonna end? And there's gonna be more. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm intrigued. Vanessa said, hit page 300 last night. Nicely done. And Molly says, Agent T. Swig says, hello, Dr. T. Molly says, what, Vanessa? Allie says, hello, Agent T. Agent T says, hello, Molly and Swank. Bailey says, anyone else have mornings where you have to write out every single small thing you have to do so you don't forget? Because that's me. Yeah, that's every day for me, or I won't do anything.
Yep.
No, I try, but I don't always succeed to do it the night before. Because if I can do it the night before, then when I wake up, I can just start doing it right away. Because that's my highest energy level. That's the time where it's easier for me to focus and easier for me to get things done. instead of having to use that energy to write the list. I try to do that before I go to bed, and then I can just do the list in the morning because these are my most productive moments. And Swank says Buongiorno Vanessa, and Agent T says and Allie. Molly says Bailey, that's almost every morning for me. Yeah, see, you're not alone. Agent T says I've been here the whole time. Oh, you were just sneaking in behind, saying hello. Vanessa says, "Ciao, Swank." He's just gathering info. Do you see that Agent T is just gathering info?
He's observing.
Molly says, "Yay." Agent T says, "Happy birthday, Alicia, and happy birthday, Susan, if you're still here." Ellie says, "That's me every morning. It's part of having brain fog." Yep. Swank says, "Agent T, evil usually lurks in the shadows."
Ooh, we could do a read a retelling. Read a villain book.
Read a villain book? That's too specific.
Not necessarily. It could be about the villain, or it could be from the villain's point of view.
The whole point to this is it should be, if it's going to be the easiest challenge, my opinion, this is yours, so you set it up the way you want it. But if it's going to be the easiest challenge, I should not have to Google for any book. Because that's what makes the challenges complicated, right? So I should be able to read them right off of the ones I already have access to, or be able to go to the library and just grab them. I should not have to Google anything.
I mean, I would give you examples, but I mean, because like Emily McIntyre's Never After series, that's villains.
Oh, sure. There's lots of villain series, but my point is, if you do it that specific, then I have to look it up. And because even if you give examples, I want to read books I already own.
What if I change it to read a book with a villain?
Yes, perfect. Read a book with a villain. See, that makes it the easiest, right?
But I can leave the retelling one. The other prompt I came up.
Chat. I think there are so many retellings, like this Dracula one we just saw, right? There's so many retellings that aren't just fairy tale, that aren't just right. So maybe. So chat, what do you think? Does that count as easiest?
I also have read a library book.
Oh, Annette says that too. Read a book that has the villain. See, there you go, Annette. Great minds. Great minds.
See? Read a book you have acquired.
Says, right. Agent T says, yes, I've just been observing. Agent T says, I said that before, Alicia. And Vanessa says, happy birthday, Alicia. Agent T says, I'm hoping to finish my book during these sprints. There's only 50 pages left. Oh, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Molly says, read a book with a female MC. Oh, I like that. Let's trust the female. And that's pretty darn easy too, right? There's a ton of them. And Susan says, still here, made my list of to-dos. I'm going to use the sprints to get things checked off. I love it. AGT says, read a book you have acquired somehow. Yeah, that's right. Read a book you own.
I also added a read a LGBT book.
Yes. I love that. LGBTQIA+. Any kind of representation. Bailey says, read a book with at least one human character. Vanessa says, read a book that's been on your TBR for 5 years or more.
That's a lot. Read a book. What was the other one? Read a book with one human character?
Yeah. If we're going to do that, though, I don't know if we should do female MC. So I look at both of those and decide which one you like better. Susan says, have we read a book on your TBR? No, but I think one that's been in 5 years or more is better, because we have put, like, read a book you want to read, right? So that's about as open as it freaking gets. So I think that covers that one. Susan says, retellings are easy for me. I've got Beauty and the Beast tropes everywhere. Yeah, exactly. There's a bazillion retellings behind me. So it's easy for me too. That's why I wanted to check with y'all. So that's at least 2 of us. Read a book with pictures. Ooh, I like that.
I got that one and the banned book one.
So you got read a book with pictures? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Read a banned book. Again, though, that's a Google search.
Ah.
Right? So is that a great prompt? It is. But remember, we're doing easy. So it has to be things because I would have to Google search to see what I have that is banned.
I put a question mark with that one.
There you go. And Agent T says you don't need to own it. You can steal it or get it from the library. Oh, I see what you mean.
But I have the prompt to read a library book. So.
Right, because we already have the read the library book.
Yep.
Jen says, sorry, I was in a meeting. What are these prompts for? Oh, Jen, Alicia is creating the easiest reading challenge you'll ever do. So we're doing the silliest prompts and we're having the most fun. Things like, read a book that you want to read.
Read a book with a color on the cover.
Things like that. And you can use one book to cover as many of the prompts as you want.
Yep. You can double up, triple up, do a blackout board.
Do whatever you want. If you got one book to do all 25, though there's a couple that there's no way, right? Because there's a reread and one you want, right? So that's at least 2 that you've not read before, right? So that's at least 2. Yes, exactly. Easiest book challenge you'll ever do. Book with an animal, maybe. Because sometimes you can tell there's animals, sometimes you can't.
Read a book with an animal on the cover.
That one's, we can. I find that one harder because when you do food on the cover, animal on the cover, all of those are a little harder too. I will agree it's not a Google search though, right? You can look through the books, but we're assuming they own books. Most people do not own this huge shelf of books like we do.
True.
But they could go to the library and find one, right? So
yeah.
Agent T says, I have a book with a band. Does that count as a banned book? No, Agent T. No. Vanessa says book set in a fantasy world or book set in space. Those are very specific, but maybe we can say a book not on Earth. So if we say a book not, a book that takes place not on Earth, then that gives them all. Then it could be fantasy, it could be space, it could be, you know, an alternate reality, right? Any of those kind of things.
Murderbot comes to mind when I think of all those.
Yes, yeah, Murderbot would be one of them. So yeah, any of that kind of thing, maybe that, because that's pretty huge, and that could still push someone if all they read is historical fiction or something, right? So that could at least also encourage, but still easy and not, you don't have to Google it, right? You just look. Molly laughs. Swank says, Kelly, in Texas, every book is banned. I know, that's a good point, Swank. I probably don't have to look anything up. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Bailey says, sprayed edges are super common now. It is, but that's also it's common, but you don't have them at the library, and I don't want to make anyone go buy a book.
That's true.
Right? Because no Google searches, no making anyone buy anything. That's my problem with CureKit, is that I have to Google search things, I have to go find them, and then I have to vet them, and then I got to figure out where they are, and I don't own them. So, you know what I mean? Like, there shouldn't be any of that. That's the opposite of CureKit, right? Vanessa laughs, said, no Google needed. Exactly. No Google. They're all banned. And Molly says, so it seems, Swank. But for me, that's a Google search because I don't read very much physical. Yeah, exactly. So we definitely don't want to put that in. Vanessa says, I think covers can easily convey fantasy or space. Exactly. Right. You can just look at the cover and tell. You're going to read the back cover copy. So you're going to be able to tell too. Vanessa, yep. And Agent T says, so the book about a band is banned from being a banned book and is therefore a banned book. Agent T. You can go back to lurking anytime now. Vanessa says, speaking of Murderbot, don't forget Martha Wells is the guest of honor at Multiverse this year. Yes. I can turn any combo into a Multiverse commercial. As well you should. So, yeah. So that is in Peachtree City, right? Peachtree City. Yes, Peachtree City, right outside of Atlanta. So, 3rd week in October, you should come see us. Susan says, I don't think I own any sprayed edge books. Yeah, see, I do own, because I just bought one at the con this weekend, but I didn't own any before that, and I have 408 books. I do have 6 of Crows, but we're reading that right now.
I bought 3 yesterday, so.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right? So we have to, people who can't go buy, right? It needs to be easy.
Right.
So money shouldn't stop you from doing this. Access to a library shouldn't either because you can still do Libby. Do you see what I
Yep.
mean? So there is a way to be able to do that. Um,
And I
and
mean,
Agent
we
T
could
says,
put the prompt of read an ebook.
uh,
That way it includes it if you wanted to.
no, I think we're good. I think
Okay.
I read it printed on paper is funnier, right? So they don't have to. They could still read the ebook. It has been printed on paper. Again, it's
Right.
supposed to be easy, right? So the silliness of it. I mean, come on, you got to sell it though. So if you need help when you want to record it, let me know because we got to sell the silly. Um,
I have
and Molly says,
32.
Agent, we have 32. Yeah, so we have some things we
So,
can check.
yeah.
Go through and find the best ones. And Molly says, Agent T, you shame me with your superior chaos creation skills. Swink laughed. Vanessa says, one of the reasons I like using Storygraph for HearKit is that it tells you what categories other people use for that book. Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I just Google search it. Molly, LOL, you do UV. Vanessa says, Molly, I always do. Yes, for sure. Molly, oh, for sure. We'll start up a Storygraph. And Annette says, if the animal doesn't have to be real, that might open it up to dragons. Oh, that's true.
Ooh. Yep.
Vanessa, yep, Peachtree City, just south of Atlanta. Thank you. It just sounded, I wanted to say Peachtree Center, right, with Dragon Con. I was like, that's not right. So is Peachtree City right, or is my brain broken? I mean, my brain is broken, but you know. Swing says, Susan, just get a book and a can of spray paint. Yeah. Yeah. I've heard that's the thing to do. And you know what? I'm just not brave enough. I'm not doing that. I will just have book vault do it.
No,
And Susan
yeah.
laughs at Swank. I mean, that is how people do it. You can laugh, Susan, but that is literally how they do it.
There's a whole process though.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it wasn't that hard watching it. I've just warned to make sure you tape the spine so it doesn't. I like seriously. I got a whole lesson in it this weekend, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm
I
not
can't
gonna,
do it. I wouldn't do
I'm
it.
not
Nope.
gonna do it. I just can't. So
I'll let the professionals do it. I'll just
yeah,
buy them.
yep. That's what I'm gonna do. And Molly says, Alicia, can I make my booktubing premiere as a co-host? I mean, yeah, that would be fun, right? Like we should
Yeah.
definitely do that. I think it would be fun. And Molly will make the graphics. See, it'll be cool.
Ooh.
And we'll put it all on your channel. I think that'll be fun.
There you go.
All right. So now that we have started another project we don't have time for, and we're way, way over for when we were supposed to start our first sprint, but I regret nothing because this is going to be fun. Let us go to our first sprint. I hope we're ready. Oh, did I say that I will be reading A Time of Courage? I have 120 pages left, so I would like to get this done. What will you be doing, Alicia?
Breakfast first and foremost, because my stomach is growling, and
Right? It's like, dude,
I'm gonna try to finish this one.
yay!
So.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Here we go.
Look, the sound worked today and I didn't change anything. Sometimes just turning Discord off and back on just fixes things that shouldn't have been broken to begin with. So I got to page 572. So I have like exactly 100 pages left. How did you do, Alicia? Oh, you're muted.
How about now?
Yep, you're good.
I ate breakfast and then somehow went down a rabbit hole of finding a dentist. I don't know how that started, but here we are. I saw one website where I was like, well, that sounds right up my alley. And it's kind of like it's a dentist, but they do things non-invasively and more holistic, only to find that they're like an hour away.
I mean,
And I was like,
bad.
I don't want to drive an hour to go to a dentist. I mean, I don't like going to the dentist anyway, so it needs to be closer if I'm gonna go. So, but I did find one that might be okay. I'm still leery because I don't like being poked and prodded, and like I have a high pain tolerance, but when it comes to my mouth, there is no tolerance. I don't want you to touch me unless you absolutely have to. So I'm just like, well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, hopefully it works out.
Yeah, because I gotta do something because there's a tooth in the back here that's been kind of bothersome, and I've been putting Aura gel on it occasionally.
Let's see, where were we in chat? Annette says, I'm down to my last 4 books for Here Kid. Yay, Annette! I think I still have like 22 left. I mean, there's no way. This is one of them. This will finish this series one. This is my trilogy. Vanessa says, I'll be filling my vitamin container in this sprint and figure out what I'm going to be working on today. Molly says, woot, Annette, you've got this. Vanessa says, Annette, that's amazing. Congrats. Swing says, oh, I want to host too. Look, we have all kinds of fun hosts. This is going to be fun.
I've added it to the list.
There you go. Susan says, I know a few people whose hobby is book binding, and they do the most beautiful sprayed edges too. Ooh, I like that. It's really fun. For me, it's for like my books I own. I wouldn't mind doing that. But for the books I'm trying to sell, I don't trust myself. And Molly says, oh, I bet they are, Susan. Vanessa says, Zafo smooches. Yes, got my Zafo smooches. And Allie says, I got to page 92 in Total Money Makeover. Susan says, I pulled all the piles into one big pile and I emptied the dishwasher and I paid a bill. Yay! Cross them off the list. Cross them off.
Woohoo!
Feels so good to cross them off. And Swank says, I finished my morning pages. Yay! Bailey says, at breakfast, took care of the dog, got the infant down for a nap, did all of my medication stuff, started and DNF'd Nancy Boys, and switched to the broker. And nice. I'm sorry you had to DNF one, but I'm glad that you did. Right? Knowing you're like, nope, not gonna do this. That's healthy. Vanessa says, add me to the hosting list too, please. There you go. We got lots of hosts. We're gonna have so much fun. Swank says, yes, take care of your teeth. You don't want to have to gum your English muffin. Yeah, Swank's right. It's really hard to gum an English muffin, especially with raisins in it.
That's why I'm trying to find a dentist that will actually work with me and not just go, here, this is what you need.
Yeah. I need to do the dentist. It's on my list. Remember I said all the things with Jenna, like the baby birds dying out of the nest and her getting her fingers caught in the cage when she was trying to put up that kennel, you know, all the things that are happening. And then the tornado watch, she's in her laundry room. Guess what happened this morning?
What?
She gets up to go to her car. Somehow or another, the right side of her car window was down partially.
Uh-oh.
And it stormed. So the entire right side of her car is soaking wet.
Did she leave it open or?
She says, I don't even remember rolling it down. I wonder if she rolled it down so Benny could sniff out the window and she forgot. So, I mean, yet one more thing that this poor child is having to deal with.
That could be. Oh no. Get a wet vac. Get a wet vac.
She bought a shampooer yesterday because Benny vomited on the floor. Yeah, that was another thing, right? So yeah, it's like, yeah, because she's so anxious. When she gets anxious, he gets anxious, and then he throws up everywhere.
The universe is telling her something.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but she's gonna have to stop and listen. Oh no!
What?
I don't like that for her.
Yeah, I've just tested her. I said, life is definitely testing you, but you've got this. It's not always this hard, I promise.
No, it's not.
Yeah, this is exceptionally hard. this is not how it's supposed to be. Susan says, I wanted to love Anansi. I feel like there should be another syllable in there, so I can't say it. Anansi boys, but so much preferred American Gods. Of course, this was before we knew about NG. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a whole different thing now, isn't it? Bailey says, I tried Anansi Boys on audio, and I think it was the narrator. I might try the ebook later. Oh, okay, cool. Vanessa, I liked Anansi Boys better than American Gods, if I'm being honest. I haven't read Anansi Boys, so I don't know, but I loved American Gods. I was annoyed with the structure of it because it felt more like short stories connected together than a cohesive plot. But I really enjoyed the writing. Too bad NG. Ugh. I was pretty devastated about NG. Yeah, me too, because there's so many things he made that are so amazing. Stupid son of a
biscuit.
The things we have to give up for people who are such douchebags. The world's complicated. Bailey says, is something in retrograde all right? I don't know, because I mean, it's not like bad luck's been everywhere. It's just my poor daughter. She's definitely getting hit by it. I don't know who's testing her, but they can cut it out. Leave her alone. All right. And Agent T says, book finished. Yay, you did it. Congratulations. Yay. Nicely done. Such a success. Vanessa says, huzzah, Agent T. And Annette says, me too, Vanessa. I was devastated. He was a huge favorite and so lovely when I met him, right? It's like, geez, man, y'all are killing me. Zwank says, you go T. And Susan says, I was too, because he's genuinely an amazing writer. Like, I felt it personally. I finally had to get rid of all his books because every time I looked at them on my shelf, I just felt my gut drop. Right? There's just... just not fair. Allie, yay, H&T, another book off the TBR list for you. And Vanessa says, Annette, same. Yeah, same.
Pluto says, has...
H&T. Yeah, it's just one of those you don't know people all the way, right? Like, you can't... That's why, someone says, oh, I had a really bad experience with this person, right? You're like, and I'm like, well, I didn't have a bad experience with this person, but that doesn't mean that your experience is invalidated, right? And then when you find out deeper and deeper truths, you're like, oh no. And Annette says, yay, Agent T. And Agent T says, and the last book in the series arrived today, so I can just go straight on. Oh, that's very satisfying. I like that. Agent T says, I don't know if I want to, though. Right? Do you have a book hangover? Do you need to give it a break first? I can understand that. Allie, unfortunately, I just bought the book, so it wasn't on the TBR list. Aw, man.
Oh.
See, that's why, like, this one, it's going off of my, like, Goodreads TBR list, but not my physical because I didn't buy it. See, as good girl, I got it from the library. So, and I'm glad I did because I'm not loving it either. It's fine. I don't know. It's not as good as the first series. Vanessa says, I also think NG had some severe trauma as a kid, and I do hope he gets the help he needs. Yeah, for sure. He definitely did. And I know he used Spectrum as an excuse, but that is a true thing, right? But he is an adult male who writes very, very deep, real characters. So you can't use that as an excuse at his age when he should know better. So that's the whole point. And the age he was when any of this happened. He wasn't a child. So yeah, it's a dude, you knew. You just didn't want to. You didn't want to fix it. You didn't want to act differently. And Agent T says, I actually read a library copy because the one I bought hasn't arrived yet. Ah, I see. See, makes sense. Allie says, okay. Oh, man. And H&T says, I had books 5 through 8 on my TBR and read them this month. So I had to get 9 and 10. What series? Now I'm curious. Did you tell us what series you were reading? I can't remember now. Is it Nancy Drew? Admit it. It's Nancy Drew.
Ah,
Sorry, we were talking about Nancy Drew earlier. That's why. But if there's 9 and 10, it's not Dungeon Crawler Carl.
nope.
Because that one only has through 8. Oh, you have to do your book haul. Oh, you've
Yes.
done them. Yay. All right, why don't you do your book haul while we're waiting for Agent T to answer.
I also looked up. It's Pluto is in retrograde since May 5th, but there will be a Mercury in retrograde starting June 29th. So there's that. The first
Considering
thing,
neither my daughter or I believe in any of that stuff, that's not affecting her. You kind of have to believe in it. She's just having a bad time.
yep, it's the transition. I think the transitions that she's having.
Yes.
I got a puzzle.
That's so cute.
I can't
Got a
wait
lip
to put him
stitch.
together. I don't know where I'm going to put him, but I have to rearrange my shelf of these because it's full.
Well, you
But
got
I couldn't
wider shelves on
refuse.
your bookshelf. You might be able to like intersperse them in there too.
Well, I have some, but I want to be able to like house them all together. But the shelf that they're on, it's like most of it is 3D puzzles, and then it went into Funko Pops. So I might have to find another place for the Funko Pops
That would make sense. Yes.
because I have a lot of those. This is the one book I went for because this
Ooh.
is the traditionally published version of this book. I have both the indie and now this one. So, and it has sprayed edges.
So pretty.
But I've already read this one, so it doesn't count against my TBR. It's just a pretty copy.
I love it. I don't even know what that is. Is that a dark romance?
Very yes. It's the Body Count series. This says 5 of us, 20 men, and a single rule. We belong to whoever caught us first. That's all I will say.
Yeah, that's dark romance.
Yes. I liked it, but this is the one that I was saying, like, if you're gonna read Jolie Vines, you have to start at the beginning of her series because they're all interconnected and they kind of add on to each other as they go through the series. So, but I read this one first, not knowing. So I liked it, but and then I got book 4 in this series. I think they're kind of like standalones, but it's
They're
kind of like
connected
a it's like matchmaking interconnected type. I'm trying to see if the first one was called 9-month contract, and then I forget the second one.
I've even heard of those. That's cool.
So, and this one also had sprayed edges. It has like an argyle pattern, and then it has lizards.
So cute.
And then this is the one that you were talking about.
Yeah, that one's on Kindle Unlimited too.
So I saw this cover, and that's what drew me in. It also has
gorgeous
sprayed edges. So, and I was just like, when you say some secrets were never meant to be unearthed, I want to know more. So that was my just walk around the store and pick one. And then because
I looked it up to see if it was a Secret Guard retelling. It looks like it is not. So
it is a standalone, but there is a book 2. So I don't know if they're connected in any way, but it said it was a standalone. So it's not like a series. But the second one comes out, I think it said August. And that cover is gorgeous too. Then, of course, because everybody else is reading it, I picked up the first book. No sprayed edges on this one.
I was supposed to read that this month for book club, but I knew I wasn't going to make book club, so I prioritized other things. And so I still, even after talking to Matt Dinneman all weekend, I still have not read that book. So we can add that to our list too.
Now I have a copy. And then the last 2 books, Kelly gave me some advice, so I took it. And I found the little kid's first big book, Rocks, Minerals, and Shells. And then I also found the Smithsonian version.
Oh, so cool.
So hopefully we can get my son to collect rocks in a proper way
Purposefully. Yeah.
and not just bring them home from school. He had 20 more rocks in his backpack yesterday.
Yeah. Direct him.
So and I was telling my husband about what you said, and I was like, this is how we deal with this. We redirect it. And I told him about it. He was like, that's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, go get the books. And I was like, you giving me permission to buy more books?
I mean, it's for
Hold
the
on.
kids. That never counts. That's what I always said. Most of the money
Yep.
I spent when I was, raising the kids was on the kids. Do you see what I mean? There was never any. You're spending it on the kids, you spend it on the kids.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's
So
different.
yeah, I got these. They did not count, but I got 4 books and a puzzle. So that was my little haul for yesterday.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's gonna be fun. Very cool. All right. Well, we've got our haul, and it is time for. Oh wait, let me see where chat is real quick, and then we will go to our break. Thresher said it's not Nancy Drew. It's a different YA series. Ooh, what is it? What is it? Vanessa says I was a Bobbsey Twins reader rather than Nancy Drew. Nice. I read Nancy Drew, Boxcar Children. I read that one. I never read the Bobbsey Twins, and I read what was the male version of Nancy Drew? The
Hardy Boys.
Thank you, the Hardy Boys. I read those. See how memorable they are? I don't remember any of the stories. I just consumed them. Annette, it's Goosebumps, Kelly. It's Goosebumps. Thank you, Annette.
Yes.
Swing says, I've never read Nancy Drew. I mean, it's fine. As an adult, I don't think there's any point to it. But I would still give it to children. Like it's a really fun, it's like I said, they're just consumable, but it's a good way to really, understand a plot structure, understand how characters work, kind of get the flow of a mystery, right? So I would still recommend it for children, but as an adult, I really wouldn't recommend it. Agent T says, I don't even know who Nancy Drew is. Well, she's not real.
That was a character in the books. Yep.
Yeah, but it was a mystery, and like the first few were written by Carolyn Keene, but after that, that was just the name on the books, and any
Yeah.
writer could write a book. So they would send in a proposal, and they would be ghostwritten, right? So then they would write the book, they'd get paid for it, but it would say Carolyn Keene on the thing. I did not know that as a child. But it explains why they were just consumable,
Mm-hmm.
right?
they're-
Because they
they're
didn't have a
tiny
lot
little
of like
things.
soul and heart to them. There was just a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
And Swing says, or Goosebumps. And Vanessa, Agent T sighs. I know, so young. Vanessa says, the body count cover is gorgeous, right? It's so pretty. Do not know if that book would be for me, though. Bailey says, that is an amazing trophy copy. It's so pretty. Vanessa says, y'all, the co-director of the Right Track and Multiverse just got her art copies of her first book called Tinsel Twist. She's looking for ARC readers. Ooh.
I'll read it.
How exciting.
Send her my way. I'll read it.
Vanessa, if you have like a link that people can go to get an art copy, you can put it in our promote yourself in Cursed Dragonship. Then everyone can go and grab it. So anyone who would like to have it, however it is that she is communicating with them, you can put that in. What is it called? It is called self promo. So put it in the self promo, and then anyone who wants to can go and get that.
Not me watching Discord like a hawk now.
Right? You're like, come on, Vanessa, put it in there. Molly says, I have that garden book as an ARC. So buddy read? I mean, that's what it looks like we're going to do. We'll put it in for voting. Paula says, hey, Kelly, Alicia, and chat. How are we all today? Why, hello, Paula. Welcome in. We're doing pretty good. It's Alicia and Susan's birthday. And Vanessa says, code. Yep, I got you. Annette says, oh, I ARC read A Secret in the Garden. Oh, Annette did ARC read it. Ooh.
Did you like it?
I was going to say, should we jump on this train? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Swink says, hola, Paula. And Paula says, hey, Zwink, yay, everyone needs to read Dungeon Crawler Carl. Molly says, I would do a buddy read of Dungeon Crawler Carl. You get all kinds of buddy reads in our future.
Right?
Molly says, Paula. And Vanessa says, hey, Paula. And Paula says, hey, Molly and Vanessa. Annette says, I also have not read Dungeon Crawler Carl yet. Well, I guess we're going to have to put that on voting for our next time. Vanessa says, I have also not read. Okay, we've got a lot. We definitely need to put that on the vote.
Yep.
Though I see Matt every year at DragonCon. Exactly, right? As I said, I've sat and talked to this man, and I still have not read the book. Spank says all the dungeon crawler all the DCC books are on Kindle Unlimited. Yes, they are. That's because he still owns those rights. He just sold the hardback rights. Swank says, I haven't read it either. I read Boxcar Children. Me too. And that's because they were available at my elementary school, right? So anything was at the library. I couldn't go buy books. I think that's why when I'm saying the easiest challenge, we have to make sure people can access it because I couldn't have, right? I can now. I have more, expendable income, but I did not then. So everything I got was from the library. Molly says, thanks for the info about Tinsel Twist. I unfortunately still have over 300 arcs to read and review. Vanessa says, Molly, oof. Yeah. Molly says, yes. But you did it to yourself. You have no one else to blame. Paula says, I didn't read Nancy Drew until I was in my 20s, and I still enjoyed him. Oh, well, that's good info. There you go. Vanessa says, I don't think Rosie has a link yet. She's going to post to the Writers Troop once she's got that all set up this week. So I'll forward it once she posts it. Perfect.
Thank you.
And Susan says, I listened to the first Dungeon Crawler Carl in audio, so I have to wait for my next cred to grab book 2. And Allie says, can you put Dungeon Crawler Carl in for voting? Also, I haven't read it yet. Yep. So we'll put that one in for voting. So we already know 2 of the books in for voting. Dungeon Crawler Carl and Crooked Kingdom, if we like the first book, which we do. So those 2. Y'all are going to have real choices ahead of you now. Real choices. And Annette says, it was a 3.5 star, I'd say. Okay, so not horrid, but not the best thing you've read. All right, that's fair. It's fair. Vanessa says, is DCC heavy on the lit RPG? It is heavy on the way the game is played, but it doesn't have graphs and charts, which is why I am keen to read it. Right? So if you like play video games and that kind of thing, you'll recognize the stuff that's happening, but without the charts. Like they up in levels, right? Some character might have more charisma than another. Like it's like D&D combo in there, but there's no, again, I have not read it, but this is my husband has read all of them. He just finished 8. And so it's the charts that drive me batty, right? Those are not in there. Paula says, happy birthday, Alicia and Susan. Agent T says,
Thank
DCC was my book club's pick months ago, but I didn't read it. See, me too. It was this month, but I didn't read it. So let's get to it. I think DCC warrants a separate buddy read, honestly. Vanessa, DCC, it definitely lit RPG, but also sci-fi. And Vanessa says, Paula, thanks for the info. All right. So we are ready for is this only our second sprint? How far behind are we?
It's 10:45 my time. Then yes, it's only second sprint.
I think it is only our second sprint. All right, so we'll do the second sprint, and you all have to decide if you want to do a third. Sorry, we spent way too much time planning the easiest reading challenge. Vanessa says, okay, I might be good with reading if there's no graphs and charts. Yeah, that's the same. I mean, I love me a TTRPG, but I'll play one if I'm wanting TTRPG. Yeah, yep. It's exactly it. I'll play it if I want it. Yep, that's the same. But this thing seems to be very different. People who don't read very much are loving it, right? So I'm excited. When you see like people who, some of these YouTubers or the booktubers that only read like romance and that's all they read, loving Dungeon Crawler Carl, I mean, that says something about how wide-reaching the appeal is. All right, yeah, Vanessa's like, yep, second sprint. Gosh doggone it. All right, here we go. We might have to cut out early and we'll just finish in Vanessa's sprints. All right, here we go. Second sprint. And there was our second, maybe last sprint. We could do one more if we do the break really quick. I got to page 600, but I have to say I've started skimming. I have 70 some odd pages left, and it's just this whole book has just been battle after battle, and every battle feels exactly the same. And yeah, I don't know, I'm not as my heart is not as worried about these characters as it was in the first series. So
Mm.
I don't know. Like I cried all the way through the ending of the third book and cried all the way through the fourth book in the first series of Blood and Bone. And this one is, what is it? Oh no, this one's a Blood and Bone. Sorry. The first one is I don't know, the one that starts with Malice. Anyways, they're all Banished Lands ones, so I can't remember what the first one is now. But it's a I don't know. This one is just not cutting it for me, man. Now I just kind of curious about how it ends, and that's about it. How'd you do?
I don't know what I did exactly. I started working on I went and added the new books to my unread TBR Excel sheet. And now I'm going through to work on the list of things that will be donated. So,
Very cool.
I guess that's what I did.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And Agent T needed someone to, and yeah, Vanessa confirmed that was the second sprint. And Agent T asked, can someone pick a number? 1, 2, 3, please. And Vanessa picked 3. Agent T says, thanks. Vanessa says, gotcha. Ren says, hello, hello, everyone. Why, hello, Ren. Where have you been? You are late.
Hello.
Just got back from an impromptu lunch date with my momsy. Well, in that case, you were definitely forgiven. Always spend time with your momsy. I love that. I hope you had good food and good conversation. Ren says, but now I've got to study and read and do laundry. Probably should wash dishes too. Oh no, it's one of those days. Allie says, I got to page 111 in Total Money Makeover. Yay. Vanessa says,
Nice.
hey, Ren. Ren says, one more. I just got here. And yeah, that's right. Like, you must do one more. And Zwank says, aloha, Ren. Ren says, hey, Vanessa. Ren says, hey, Zwank. And Nikki chose 2. Too late. 3 was chosen. It's too late. Bailey says, only read a couple of pages, did my nebulizer treatment, and played with the infant. Aw, sweet baby. Agent T says, I got to 26 pages read in the book Vanessa picked. Oh, well, that was fast. Nicely done. Bailey says, about to head out to run errands. Yay. Awesome. I hope you get a lot done, Bailey. I hope the baby is good for you. And Zwank says, almost done with my study books. I could do another sprint. I have a phone appointment at 11 a.m. Oh, yeah. So we can do one more. We're okay. We'll just do it quick. Vanessa says, I filled my med stuff for the week, gathered up my to-do list, checked my streaming software to make sure there were no updates, and I ate breakfast. Wow. I mean, we all did great in that last sprint. Vanessa says, Agent T, what book is it? And they said Breakaway by Grace Riley. And Vanessa says, nice. All right. I'm going to skip the rest of this so we can get right to the sprint. So we've talked a lot today. It's all good. It's all good. You missed it, Ren. We're planning. Sorry, I was waiting for the sound to go away. We're planning the easiest reading challenge you'll ever do. So Alicia's going to get it all set up. How fun is that?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Oh, wait. Jen says, still here. I could use one more too if everyone is up for it. Excellent. Bailey says the baby is about to go hang out with her dad at work for like an hour, so she's going to have a grand time. Oh, there you go. That's the best kind of errand, the one you don't have to take the baby on. I agree. All right, here we go. And we made it. There was our 4th sprint. And we're not too far behind, even though we took all that time early. So not too bad. Not too bad. And I'm at 661, so I have like 14 pages left. Like I said, I started skimming though, even though I still shed one tear. I was like, I only cared about 4 people. You had to kill one of them? Really? Right at the end, too. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not. And one of the bad guys dying the way that she died, not happy about it. Just not happy. I'm glad this is not the first series I read by John Gwynne. Because if it was, I'm not sure I would read anymore. When the first series, the one that starts with Malice, now I'm going to have to look it up. It drives me crazy that I can't remember what it is. It's
I think that's what
I
it was
lent my books
called.
to someone.
Wasn't it just
Faithful and
called?
the Fallen.
Oh,
The Faithful and the Fallen. So The Faithful and Fallen is one of my favorite series of all time. I love it. Like, I kept those books. They're not going to little free libraries. I just lent it to a friend because he's got to read them. And I just love them. I will read them again. I could read them again now. That's how much I loved them. And this series just doesn't cut it. He's doing everything in battle scenes I don't like. Like, usually I hate battle scenes, and this is why. Like, has one person's perspective, but then it's not just their battle, like they're looking up and seeing what's happening around the battlefield. That is boring. Don't write battle scenes like that. Don't do it. He doesn't do that in the first book.
it's like,
In the
don't
first
do.
book, I mean, the first series, he does amazing. There's some of my favorite battle scenes I've ever read because he stays right with the character fighting the battle and the things they're going through, the things they're feeling, and just that little part of that. All you see is that little part of the battle, and you might hear something, and that's it, right? And that is what battle really is like, right? You are in this tiny little bubble, no matter what the big shit is going on around you. And so when you have characters standing back and looking at shit, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So.
Yep.
Not liking it. So, but that's right. I'll get it done. I will read his next series because this series, it's not all bad. This book is bad. But
It's
the rest of the
behemoth.
series was fine. I'm sorry?
I said it's a behemoth.
Well, they're all that big. It is epic fantasy with multiple perspectives, lots of different magic systems and lore and lot. I mean, this is how long epic fantasy needs to be. It's called epic for a reason, right?
Right.
Like it has to be. Otherwise, you don't have time to talk about anything if you don't make it like this. So that I have no problem for. I mean, I have no problem with. But this battle forever though. Jeez, come on, man. At least in the last one, they had quests they had to do and battles, and then friends they had to make, and then there was deals, and then there was betrayal, and then there was battle. Like there was so much more going on, right? And this is just battle. So, just not my favorite. That's all. How'd you do, Alicia?
I talked to hubby, and I continued working on the donation list. So far, I'm at 180 books.
Nice.
So, I still have a few piles to go through because there's stuff that I have read that is in a different section, so I have to go through those. So I might be adding more, but I need to have the list done ASAP so that I can send it to my contact at the library, and then they can like fan it out and say, hey, is anybody interested in these titles? Do you want to add them to the collection? And I already told her, worst case scenario, if they say no, thank you, then I'll I'll ask the friends of the library when their next sale is, and then pass
they don't
along.
have a store that they have continuously open?
They do, but they don't have a lot of space to store books because it's literally like a little alcove, like book nook type. So it's not very big, but I think they do it every 3 months or every quarter, every 6 months. I don't know, but they do like a book sale. And so if they're having one soon, then as I get the library back together, I can find the books, take them to the library and say, here you go. And I'll tell them that all of my books have been well kept. So try to get as much as they can for them, I guess.
Yep.
Which I know they usually, I think the highest they sell books for is like $5. So
Yeah, at my library, usually the paperbacks are $1 and the hardbacks are $2, and then they will
yeah,
put them on sale from there. And it's just that simple. They really don't price anything any other way.
nope.
But they have a store up at all times. You know what I mean? So it's you can go up. I think like Sunday's the only day they're closed.
Yep, I think that's how mine is. Because the library's not open, so
Yeah, they do have a back room. And I was like, so, and they take volunteers, right? You know, it's all volunteer run. So I was like, so I can volunteer and go through the donated books first, right? I mean, I'll pay for them, but I get to go through them first, right?
they're like, yeah.
No, they would be fine with that. I'm like, I don't care. They just sell them. The more you buy, the less I have to stock, right? They don't care at all. It's the same price.
That is
You see what
true.
I mean?
That is true.
Yeah. So, yep. Awesome. All right. So, not bad. Let's see how chat did on that third and final sprint. We are. Ren says we were talking about the easiest reading challenge you'll ever do. And Ren says, I love the sound of anything easy. And Vanessa says Streamlabs now has streaming to Patreon as an option. So that's cool. Oh, that is cool. And Bailey says, bye, ladies. So
Hi. Have a good day.
I'm sure she's already gone, but yeah, bye. And Molly says 48% into Madeline's Christmas Wish, reading it forever after readathon, or forever after-a-thon. Sorry, it took me a minute to digest the name. Vanessa says, Ren, me too. And Molly says, hi, Ren.
I can't do anything.
And Ren says, hey, Molly. And Dee Dee says, shimmies in. Hey.
I had to approve that, by the way.
It says shimmying. I'm telling you. YouTube has a dirty mind.
Mm-hmm.
Dee Dee says, popping in to make friends with the like button and say a quick hello. Why, hello. Thank you so much for coming on over and showing some love. We appreciate it. We reciprocate. And Alicia said hello to Dee Dee. And Dee Dee says, hey, Alicia. And Allie says, hello, Dee Dee. And Dee Dee says, hey, Allie. Vanessa says, okay, gotta run. My stream starts in about 15 minutes. Thanks for sprints, y'all. And I hope everyone has a great day. Absolutely. I will probably be heading over there. Allie says, I got to page 142 in Total Money Makeover. And Molly says, hi,
Nice.
Aditi. She's doing great. Allie says, thank you all for sprints. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Molly says, thanks for sprints. Always. And now we have more evil plans in the works. Not only are we going to simplify Here Kid, but now we've got the easiest reading challenge you ever do. It's going to be so fun. And Swain says, thanks for sprints. See you tomorrow morning. And Ren says, made it to 53% in Tower of Dawn. Thanks for sprints, Kelly and Alicia. Absolutely. We're glad you joined us. Net says, made it to 43% of my book. Thanks for sprints. Yep. Welcome back. It's good to see you, Annette. Ren says, also happy birthday to Alicia.
Thank you.
And have we even mentioned it today that tonight we have the 100 Pages book club?
We have not. We are doing 100 Pages book club where we continue reading Six of Crows. I believe we are now starting at chapter 18?
25.
25. I was wrong.
Yeah. We're starting
Don't
at
listen to me.
25.
I am caught up. I will tell you that. So, and look, I do have my book. It's right here, hiding in this pile.
There we
Oh,
go.
crap, on my desk.
Yep, and we're reading to chapter 39. So we're stopping at part 6. Proper
Okay.
peeps. That's where we're stopping at tonight. We're so close. Oh,
2 more sprinting sessions tonight and next week, and then I believe then it's this discussion.
discussion and voting.
Yep.
Yep. And Spank says, thanks for sprint. See you tomorrow morning. Did I already say that? I think I already read that. I did. And Lindsay, why, hello, Lindsay. You caught us right at the end. So good to see you. Oh, man, you guys are still on. I'm here, just done with work. I'm in meetings again all day tomorrow. By Friday, I'll just want to lie down in a dark room all day. Right? Right?
She's
Yeah,
like,
I
I'm done
understand that.
peopling.
And she's still got 2 more days.
Yep.
Jen says, thanks for sprints, friends. I appreciate you both. And happy birthday again, Alicia and Susan. Absolutely. And
Thank
again,
you.
happy belated birthday
Yes.
to you as well. Allie says, I had to explain to my boyfriend yesterday what a date with a book. You don't know what it means he had no clue that Barnes & Noble even did that. I didn't know Barnes & Noble did that either. I went in
Mine
yesterday
does.
with him, and unlike him, didn't buy anything. Yeah, I didn't know they had Date with the Books either.
They don't have a wide selection. I know for mine, they usually just have a few wrapped books with like clues as to what it is at the counter.
Hmm.
But there's not a lot. It's not like there's a whole display.
I don't know. I'd want a Date with a Book from Barnes & Noble because to me, it feels like they would just be getting rid of books that they can't sell.
I don't know. I haven't tried one. I usually go in with a list. So
I'm always afraid I'm going to get a book I've already read.
yeah.
Last time I looked at Date with the Books at indie bookstore I went to, I could identify half of them. You know, like I knew what the half of the books were based on the description, and one of them I didn't. I got it, and it was The Alchemist's Daughter, and I'm very excited to read that one, and I didn't have it, so that was cool. And Agent T says, Dee Dee followed me here. I can't get away. Hey, whatever it takes, we're happy to see Dee Dee. Annette says, oh, I'm almost up to date with Six of Crows then. I'm on chapter 23. There you go.
Yay!
You're almost there. And it's a reread for you, right? Pretty sure it's a reread. Lindsay says, I'm going to watch your discussion of the Godspell, and then we'll catch up on Six of Crows Prince in the morning. We went really deep on the characters in this discussion of Godspell. It was really cool, Lindsay. And Allie says, mine was on an end cap. Huh, interesting. I have to see. I don't have a Barnes & Noble shopping thing, though. Like, I'm not allowed to do that. It's only indie bookstores right now. We'll see what happens. I will be playing my TBR game this week. When I wanted to finish this book and one more before I start it. Before I film it, because then I don't have to go backwards on any characters. So I want to go backward. And it's not like I'm cheating. The month isn't over yet. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then I wanted to just have that set for when I film. And Jen says, that's why we do context clues on ours so people aren't going on completely blind. Yes. But sometimes you guess wrong. You know what I mean? Sometimes you don't know. And I do have 408 books I haven't read yet. So it doesn't necessarily mean I know what they're all about. Right. So that is me. But look, people love them. They sell like crazy. It's not like don't do them. You know,
Right.
Just because I don't like it. I mean, heck, just because I don't like something isn't a reason for it not to exist, because there are so many things out there I don't like, and they're very popular. So my dislike is not a reason for it not to exist, just for the record. Excellent. All right. Any other final words, Alicia? Do you have the link for the thing tonight?
No, but I can.
Just in case anyone joins later or watches this back and wants to say, oh, where is that? I want to go do that.
It's somewhere.
It is hiding. It's hiding in the pages. I want to finish this book, and then I got to do another load of clothes. And then I need to edit. I have some editing to do. I'm going to check the map. It might stop raining long enough that I can at least walk her. There's no way I'm going to run now. It's too hot, but I can walk her.
Yes.
This poor thing is bored out of her mind. Poor baby.
I posted the link.
Excellent. All right, there we are. So I will see y'all in sprints around BookTube, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Yeah, later tonight.